The women wing of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Obigbo Area 3, Iguacha, Biafra land has pointedly stated that what they want is Biafra and not Igbo presidency in Nigeria. Speaking during an interactive section with Family Writers Press International on Thursday, 13th August 2020, the women leader, Mrs. Chi Kezi M. Nkiruka, who also doubles as the Biafran Land National Women's Secretary and Iguacha matron, described Ohaneze Ndigbo's quest for Igbo presidency as completely born out of selfish interest. She added that the freedom of Biafra and her people from the Nigerian contraption is non-negotiable nor substitutable. A couple of other women who lent their voices equally noted that it is rather too late for Igbo presidency because they have made up their minds for Biafra, displaying placards with varying inscriptions. The Obigbo Area 3 women emphatically warned the overzealous Nigerian security agents to desist from the unjust, incessant arrests, detention and killings of innocent youth among others across Biafra land. If they insist on illegally arresting, extorting and killing our children, we will have no other option than to show them how angry we are, and it will not end well with them, Mrs. Chikezi further stressed. The women grievously expressed their disappointment with the prevailing persecution of Christians in Nigeria. Biafra is the only solution, displayed one of the placards carried by one of the agitators. The women strongly condemned the persecution unabatedly being meted on Christians in Nigeria and called for definitive intervention. Okay, so guys, of course, this issue of Biafra is not something new to majority of the people. Of course, some people play, try to feign ignorance. But that being said, I didn't know that they were going to even make mention of what a Nwodo has said. Nwodo, Naya Nwodo has always been on this restructuring and Igbo presidency. And I don't even understand because there was a time he said it was not Igbo presidency, that it is a restructuring that Nigeria needs. All of a sudden again, it's just been going back and forth, and that's why, you know, I so much thank God for one of the leaders or elders in the southeast that brought Biafrans, the IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, and Ohanese, just for them to come together, instead of throwing tantrums or trying to look down on each other or making some statements. And it's a good thing that they both welcome the whole thing. And for all of a sudden, of course, I think they were not really on the same page as to whether it is going to be Igbo presidency restructuring or Biafra freedom. But because of some of the statements being thrown at each other, I think that was why the man said, oh, they have to come together and leave all of those things and try to move forward. And one thing is that, like Nnamdi Kanu with his people, they have been on this Biafra freedom, and they've never wavered at all. They've never wavered. They still stand on what they've been talking about. But Naya Wodo, the Hanese, they've been going back and forth, back and forth. I remember vividly when Naya Wodo, he said it, that it is not a Igbo presidency that will solve the problem of Nigeria, that it is restructuring, and he has been the crusader of a restructuring. But all of a sudden again, he's coming to say, oh, we don't want Biafra, we want a Igbo presidency. And that has again thrown a lot of people, they've been thrown off balance. And again, don't forget that majority of the IPOB, or let us maybe Biafrans, majority of them, they don't even, I'm sure they are not even taking him serious because they already know the kind of person he is. And I think that was one of the reasons why it seems as if they were really disrespecting him. So it will not even come as a rude shock to majority of them because they know that that's what they stand for. And for these women to be coming out and say, oh, yes, that is on his own, is out of a selfish interest. The reason why I'm just even talking about Naya Wodo is just like, is that, he was, in one breath, he was talking about restructuring, and then another thing again, he's talking about the Igbo presidency. And you know that a lot of people, some some clerics have said, oh, the best thing he would advise Indigbo is for them to go for a Biafra struggle and try to get it, because whether you get a Igbo presidency, it will not still solve the same problem, because there is a trend, whether from anybody from any region coming to into power, the same power play, the same whatever we are experiencing is still the same thing that we are going to be getting. It's not going to solve anything. Ask me whether Buhari and his people from the other side, whether they are talking about a restructuring or they are talking about a secession. No, they are not talking about that, and yet they are in power. See what is happening. Tell me whether they are enjoying themselves. Recently, Yerima Shetima came out and said, oh, Buhari has failed. He has mortgaged the future of Nigeria. All manner of things that where we were coming from is even better than where we are now. And that tells you one thing. So what are we talking about? It's still the same business as usual. The ones who have been opportuned to get into power, their people have been living in abject poverty. They are living in penury. Why the few amongst them who call themselves leaders, they are living in luxury. So what are we talking about? It is still going to be business as usual. The only thing I just see in this Igbo presidency is just to fulfill our righteousness. Let us get there and eat our own, cut our own national cake from there. Nothing more. Nothing more and nothing more, because the foundation has been laid down. The foundation of these abnormalities, irregularities has been laid down. So it's really, really uh, worrisome to everybody. It would have been a better thing if we have somebody who is not talking about tribe, who is not about nepotism and all of that. It would have been a good thing, but from the way things are going, these people that we think that they are going to mount the they will be at the end of our affair. All of them, it's going to be business as usual. And that's why these people are still saying, the women are coming out to say, no, 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 we don't want a whatever. The only thing they stand on and stand for is a Biafra. They want Biafra. All those one clamoring for, what is it called? Igbo presidency. The women said these people are talking out of a selfish interest. Okay, kudos, my fellow women. Bravo, I love you. God will answer our prayers in Jesus' name. Our wives, may God bless all for standing out for your future, the future of your children. We want freedom, not presidency or presidencies. God bless these women. Better we strive to go to heaven than strive for president or IPOP, because everybody where I don't know what this friend is trying to bring out here. Okay, no one is giving presidency. If they give you presidency, your super intelligence will turn things around. Okay, stand up for Biafra. We love you, our great mothers. May be better than a draconian system of Nigeria. Maybe better than draconian system of Nigeria government. Biafra is not negotiable. No man born of a woman can stop it. It's serious. Like I said, they are very, very determined. Very, very determined. Wow. So guys, let's hear your opinion. Leave your comments below and let's know your thoughts.